everyone, this is Jamie, and here is my 2025 recap. This year I decided to do more of a personalized recap video with some explanations, or if I have any behind the scenes fun facts to share with you guys, then I would. If not, I won't. But I thought to try something new for this year because a lot has happened. This year was my first year that I worked as a freelancer, just solo, independent sound designer, and worked on a couple projects, which I'm really happy to share about. So yeah, let's get it started. So at the beginning of this year, I was actually jobless. I was still looking for jobs. Since I left my previous job last August, I would get really close in interview stages, like to the final interviews and stuff, but like wouldn't get the offers. So it was pretty low point of my life. And then on January 2nd, my mom was hospitalized because of her she has some health issues. She's better now, but that's just like how I started this year, which was freaking low. It was not fun. But then, randomly, I got a call from two studios, and I started working with them part-time. And one of them is Oreville Studios, and there I worked on the Superman, cross Minecraft and actions and stuff, which is an add-on. All of these are meant to be played on Minecraft. And that was really fun, actually, just learning the under the hood stuff on Minecraft and putting my design sounds in there, just hearing them back. It's super exciting. And I'll show you a little bit of what I did. So that was my January and February, just working hard for both studios. And come March, I go to GDC. I was very honored to be asked to be on the panel for diversity in game audio roundtables. And I usually like roundtables better than the talks, oftentimes. And that's because roundtables are meant to have more open and honest and candid conversations. It's not recorded, so we don't have to worry about, how is this going to be perceived in like 5 years, or have some kind of anxiety around like, I don't know if what I'm saying is valid enough. It's just getting together as a community and talk about different topics. So what panelists do is to introduce topics and facilitate conversations. And this year, the topics I presented were affordability in game audio and neurodivergence. And we had many other topics that were seriously very important to talk about, for not just for game audio community, but I think as a society together. It's meant all the conversations happened at the roundtable are meant to stay at the roundtable. So I'm not gonna share the detailed notes and stuff, but basically I think we need more compassion and just more communication in general with each other, and not jump to conclusions so fast, or think one way is the right way to do certain things. So yeah, that was really meaningful and special time. And another good thing happened. Another good thing came out of the GDC trip, which was meeting the Dagger folks in person and getting offered a full-time position there. So from March, I start working on Little Kitty Big City full throttle and just locked in until the release in late August. So on Little Kitty Big City, I worked on a lot of stuff. Basically everything that you hear in the game, as always. But here are some notable stuff that I wanted to share with you guys. So late August, Little Kitty Big City releases, and I take a little bit of break, and after that I lock in to learn C#. So my programming background, I didn't really have much. I've never done it before. I was a programmer for a game jam using the Godot engine, and I made a little 2D platformer game, which actually you can see at the end of my reel in 2024. But other than that, like the C language, the more low-level languages were intimidating for me, as it is for a lot of people. But the fun thing about Little Kitty Big City is that it's developed on Unity, but we don't use any middleware. So it's all just like vanilla Unity audio systems. And on top of that, our talented programmers built some tools, and that's how the sounds get into the game, which is kind of, which was unexpected, but I actually quite like it because it makes me think more. Like, I think it helps me better understand the game mechanics and why this sound is needed for certain features, if that makes sense. And then if I don't have a specific tool that I wanted to do, then I can build it. So that was kind of the inspiration of learning C#. And I locked in for a couple months, and I made these scripts. When I was working on it, I knew it wasn't just a random thing. I knew that there was a game jam coming up from my studio. So in November, Dagger Studio, we all get into a 72-hour game jam This was kind of to cleanse the palette from working on one game for a long time, and we had a lot of people joining our studio, including myself. So I think it was a really good time to get to know each other and just like make something silly and fun together. The idea of this game is kind of looking for hidden object game, basically, except it's really cute looking birds, and each bird, when they are situated and like, you know, you complete the whole section of birds, like for example electric birds or fire birds or something like that, they unlock a different layer of music. So the music starts with a pretty simple AABA kind of pizzicato string stuff. You know, it's not very overbearing even when it's very repetitive, so I picked those. And each bird type represents a different instrument. So electric birds have the guitar melody, the water birds have the flute melody, which I'm pretty sure turns into more like a chordal thing in the B section, and firebirds are more like pad stuff. Spooky birds, obviously thick fat synth bass, and then what else is there? And the junk birds, obviously percussion, and I recorded some like junk items for the percussion part. The snare, you know, on the downbeat, the snare beat is like me kind of crumpling the paper, so it doesn't sound awesome, but I think it kind of fit the vibe. So the captures I showed you are our V1. There has been some improvements here and there, and if I were to work on it a bit more, then I probably will have like separate volume sliders. That's super easy to do, and probably like on and off option. I don't know. We actually have a lot of ideas for this game to make it bigger and like maybe a full-size game later, but we'll see what happens. I'm sharing it because I'm super proud of like making my own tool and applying that and like having no problem. Just game jam. I'm like boom boom boom. I did this. Boom boom boom. Like it's ready to go. You know. So that was like a really proud moment for me to as a sound designer. And then come December was full of community related stuff. So this year I made a Discord channel called Vancouver Game Audio, and I just want to give a special shout out to VG Act people, VACT people. They work really hard to organize community led talks that is not just about like, oh, I'm like so cool, I'm like this super smart person, like listen to me talk about really complicated shit. You know, it's not that at all. It's more like sharing the information, sharing knowledge, and having conversations about our work, about our lives even sometimes. And it's just like really, it feels good. It feels good to go there and do the thing and come back, which I think is the like most straightforward way to see if it works or not for you, you know. To wrap up the year, my friend Adrian from the Game Audio Discord channel, him and I partnered up to and like made a sound pack, like free sound packs that feature quintessential Vancouver things, and we published them for free. So Adrian did something super amazing. He only used 5 sources that are from Vancouver, where we're located in, and he made a whole like anime sound pack, which is really fun. And there's like some cool like eerie rhythmical like ambient tracks as well, so I really recommend downloading it. For me, I got this analog synthesizer, super simple synthesizer made by a local company called Crew Electronics. I'm pretty sure they're like a one-person company. I visited their studio when I picked up the synthesizer. like super cool. Oh my god, isn't it? Like I don't know, I think it's pretty gaggy that we have a local synth maker that makes like an instrument that sounds really good and really affordable. It just excites me. Anyway, so I got it, and then I just like sat down with it for a couple hours in 2 sittings and just like jammed out. Made a bunch of like weird sounds, and I organized them, packaged them up, and made it into a lore sound pack. Check it out. I'll also put the link down below in my bio, I don't know. But yeah, so that was my 2025 recap. Thanks for watching, and Happy New Year! Hope your new year is filled with happiness and all the good things that you have hoped for. Bye!